Get the offensive rebound, but Crowder comes away. Great effort on the offensive board by Davis. Bam Adebayo drives. Butler's tip out to Tyler Hero. Hero, tough shot in the corner, hits the side of the backboard. Rondo pushing the other way. Rondo drives, another scoop layup, lays it up and in. 11 points for Rondo off the bench. And the Heat call timeout as the Lakers go up 15.
Mute po tayo pagka hindi laro.
Sidestep finds Davis in the corner, falling away. Oh, go, Danny Green back up top to Rondo. 14 on the shot clock. Rondo cross court to Green. Good one for three. That one off. Anthony Davis trying to get the offensive rebound, but Crowder goes away. Great effort on the offensive board by Davis. And Adebayo drives. Butler's tip out to Tyler Hero. Hero, tough shot in the corner. It's the side of the backboard. Rondo pushing the other way. Rondo drives another scoop layup, lays it up and in. 11 points for Rondo off the bench. And the Heat call timeout as the Lakers go up 15.
Ayan, para sa mga bago pong pasok, mute po tayo pagka wala yung laro para hindi maputol yung screen. Follow na lang rin po ng Ascendera na page sa Facebook. Salamat po sa mga nagtulong.
Lead for the Lakers here in Game 6. As you see, Rajon Rondo had a good Game 1, helped the turnaround after the slow start. Terrific Game 2, but he's been up and down since then. But a sensational start here in Game 6. He's hit all 5 of his shots, including a 3. Has 11 points in 8 minutes. The Laker bench played poorly in Game 5, but they have contributed to this lead right now here in the first half. Butler tied up to Adebayo. Kicks it out to Tyler Hero. Shot clock winding down. Gets inside. Blocked. And a 24-second violation. During that last timeout, you guys were talking about how good the Laker defense has been so far.
Absolutely swarming. Their ball pressure has totally gotten Miami out of whatever comfort they normally have.
If you're Miami, the good news is there's a lot left in this ball game. The bad news is you don't have one guy that has played well on either side of the floor to start this ball game.
Duncan Robinson's back in.
Rondo. Shot clock down to 5. Rondo gets across the lane, spins inside, left-handed layup. Oh, Rajon Rondo putting on a show here in the first half. 13 points on 6 of 6 from the field. Crowder and rattles that one. Boy, did the Miami Heat need that three-pointer. Davis floats up and in.
Good job,
He's got double figures now. Crowder on the drive, Crowder on the finish. Back-to-back buckets from Jay Crowder. Nice fake. Caldwell Pope kicks it out to Morris. Offensive foul. Jay Crowder at the other end draws the charge.
So this is a really good right to left spin as the shot clock winds down over the very agile Bam Adebayo. That's just a beautiful finish.
Caldwell Pope's offensive foul, his second personal. Coming up on 4.5 remaining here in the second. And the foul is going to go against Andy Green.
And Mike, I didn't like that offensive foul call. I see a couple times tonight where guys are jumping in after a guy has left his feet. I just think right now, we're gifting too many offensive fouls that should be either play-ons or blocks. To me, he's avoiding that. He's jumping by him.
I agree, Jeff. Butler drives, double team. Last touch by the Lakers, 11 to shoot for Miami. Andy Green picked up the second, explaining to his teammates how he didn't commit that last foul. Kendrick Nunn gets down the lane. Davis saved by Caruso.
What a defensive sequence by Anthony Davis.
Caldwell Pope draws the foul, banks it home, and one. Contavious Caldwell Pope with a chance for a three-point play.
What you rave about the defensive play by Anthony Davis, how many times have we seen this in the last couple of months? His ability to change and alter shots, setting the tone for these Lakers on the defensive end, creating offensive opportunities. That's stellar.
Adebayo picks up his first. Caldwell Pope connects.
Good job.
He's got 7 points. He had 16 points in Game 5, 15 in Game 4. He's had some really good stretches in these finals. Nunn gets away from Caruso. Pass to Adebayo. Out of his hands. Davis picks it up. And Davis is fouled. They're in the penalty with 4:01 remaining and a 17-point lead.
I said it earlier. The Miami Heat perimeter guys are turning the corner, think pass, instead of thinking score. Let your bigs and Bam do the job on the offensive boards. But the Lakers have imposed their will against this Heat team offensively. They have forced the issue defensively.
And I think Eric Spoelstra has a dilemma right now. Davis is owning the lane. The only way to get Davis out of the lane is to put in a shooting 5. Kelly Olynyk had success in Game 2 and 3. Do you insert him to try to reignite your offense and try to draw Davis out of the paint?
The foul is on Adebayo, and that's his second. He has not been the same since injuring that neck in Game 1. Missed 2 games, has played in Games 4, 5, and 6. Anthony Davis, meanwhile, he's now 27 for 27 from the free throw line in the finals, and he's hit 38 consecutive free throws in these playoffs. Sensational free throw shooting.
You see how he Davis again plugged up the lane on Jimmy Butler's drive. He can guard half the driver and still, because of his athleticism, take away lob passes.
Good ball denial from Caldwell Pope. Adebayo, a couple of dribbles. Nice feed inside to Butler. Butler changes, layup, got it, and the foul. Butler found an angle, drew some contact, and a chance for a three-point play.
But right now, everything offensively for the Miami Heat, it's a grind. The Lakers are into them. Literally the contact underneath, and Butler gets the basket, going to the line for the possible three-point play.
And it's because of how hard the guards are chasing these shooters, and Davis is backing off Adebayo to make it really a challenge as Butler misses another free throw.
Wow, the Heat have missed 5 free throws. That has been one of their real strengths all playoffs, especially here in the finals. Davis comes up short. Rebound to Kendrick Nunn. Nunn pushing the pace. Crowder fakes the 3. Back up Crowder, hand in his face. Comes up short. Rebound. Goes to Rajon Rondo.
But that is beautiful defense by the Lakers. Multiple effort. Close out with a contest.
Pass inside. An errant pass off of LeBron James. And a turnover for the Lakers. That's their 6th. The upcoming final schedule will be a Game 7.
No more Game 7. No more Game 7.
Tuesday night tip-off will be shortly after 9 on ABC. Under 3 to play, second quarter. And Caruso bumps into Adebayo. Both teams in the penalty. Caruso's first. So free throws for Bam Adebayo.
Mike, did you see that Russell Westbrook left an $8,000 tip for the staff at the hotel that the Rockets stayed in? And, you know, again, that was sources, so I think it's probably some grain of truth to it. I think the winning team should give a playoff share to the staff of that hotel as a gesture for their kindness, the service that they received while here in the
That's a
wonderful idea.
$8,000.
Certainly hoping that whether it's a playoff share, but that they'll be treated properly. Another missed free throw by the Heat.
I like the gesture, I like the thought, but then you go again counting somebody else's money.
Listen, I can count Mr. Harrison's money or Miss Buss's money. They got enough money I can count.
They've done an incredible job there. You're right. The staff has been off the chops.
Crowder, meanwhile, gets a little over aggressive, picks up his 3rd, and Anthony Davis is going to go back to the free throw line.
He's doing a great job moving without the ball, getting position and playing for position. I would go back to what you said about Westbrook, Coach, because there's people that won't give him any credit and say, well, he's got so much money that $8,000 doesn't matter. $8,000 is $8,000. What an incredible gesture by Russell Westbrook, saying thank you in a big way to people that truly appreciate it.
And left his room clean.
Westbrook.
How's your room, by the way?
Not clean.
$8,000 tip.
No matter how far back you go,
400,000.
anything quite like this. This is history in the making. The NBA Finals is a whole new game.
Now, right now, Game 6 has belonged to the Lakers. The first miss of the finals for Anthony Davis. The save, but he was out of bounds when he got it. Adebayo, so it's going to be Laker ball. We'll get a new 14 on the shot clock.
Good job,
Again, you're trying to win a championship.
Caruso.
And you allow Caruso being boxed out by Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. And he outworks him.
And then Davis throws it down with the foul. Rondo with the perfect bounce pass. The lead is 20 and a chance for a three-point play.
Lubong nga.
That's just a really nice play by Rondo, and Davis playing with so much more force on his duck-ins, on his cuts, and on the offensive glass. This game has completely gotten away from Miami.
Davis, meanwhile, after hitting his first 27 free throws of the finals, misses a pair. Butler, little sidestep, difficult shot, won't go. James tips it. Rondo throws it ahead to Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope goes up, layup, won't go. Tip misses. Caldwell Pope again. And Kentavious Caldwell Pope knocks it down. The lead is 22. The Lakers right now out hustling the Heat.
And they've got to get Davis somehow out of the lane.
LA looking to push every opportunity. Beautiful pass. Caruso in. A precise bounce pass from LeBron
24.
James, and the Lakers have blown it open here in the second quarter. James with 11 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Timeout call by the Heat.
Ito muna ulit tayo.
The Lakers pouring it on, an avalanche here in the second.
Taking the
What a pass by LeBron. Ganon, so naman yung rally naman eh. Daghan na ang tao eh. Anong rally ni sila eh? Black Lives Matter. All Lives Matter.
This one is a bludgeoning 58-34, 24-point lead. Still just the second quarter, but the Lakers just dominant, especially on the defensive end.
Look how Davis is playing back off. He just hard on every penetration to get what they need to.
Caldwell Pope to James. And James and Davis have been excellent, but the supporting cast, really a huge impact between Rondo and Caruso and Caldwell Pope. Rondo drives, gets inside, back out, Caldwell Pope for three. Punch
Yes!
61-34 with a minute to play here in the second. They're shooting 57% from the field. Kendrick Nunn drives, back out, stolen by James. James and Butler. James drives, stolen by Butler, but couldn't hold on. It'll be Laker ball.
Lubong nga 30.
Anthony Davis is playing so far back in the lane, taking away any back cuts, can guard both the penetration and the lob, and then he defensive rebounds.
He's basically playing center field.
Mr.
Staring
Sad.
Bam.
Bam!
Knocks down another one. This is a clinic on both sides of the floor by the Lakers.
30 ang lubong.
30-point lead here in the second quarter. Kendrick Nunn drives,
Palak!
Davis throws it ahead, Rondo. Caldwell Pope tries it again. And a rebound falls to the floor, picked up by Kendrick Nunn.
Dipinsa.
What a dominant second period for LA. 25 seconds remaining here in the half. Nunn drives backdoor, lays it up and in. And a rare mistake defensively by the Lakers here in the first two quarters.
And at halftime, Miami's got to try to find some fight. Does it look daunting? Absolutely. Would it take a miracle? Most definitely. But you got to give yourself a chance.
4, 3, 2.
Rondo up top to Davis. Davis puts up the three. And that will end the first half. Lakers trying to throw the knockout punch here in the first two quarters. A 28-point lead, the second largest halftime lead in NBA Finals history. The Lakers shoot 54%. Jimmy Butler and the Heat in a deep hole.
Shout out kay Lorenzo Jude Tolentino na nag-donate ng 1,000. Ha. Ayan, dahil po wala pang laro,
Rally, umro magway coronavirus. Saan lugar to? Lubong og 28. Good news dahil sa mga marino. Quantum of the Seas. Royal Caribbean International has received the approval from the Singapore government to pilot cruises debuting December 1, 2020. Exclusive to Singapore residents, guests can sail on 3 days and 4 nights. 3 and 4 nights. Ocean Getaways of Quantum Disease. Nice start. Good start. Kaya sugod eh. Too short? What do you want? Watch na to ko. What do you want? Biansing, YT, thumbs up dan, thank you. Tayo, yours with that.
Muted po ang video natin pagka wala pong laro para hindi po maputol ang stream natin. Half-time na naman. Chill lang kayo dyan. Salamat sa mga nag-donate. At pakilike and share na rin po yung Asyendera page sa Facebook. Salamat guys. At antay-antay lang. Sundin lang yan guys.
Mga pita be.
Ayun na. Magsisimula na. Antay lang.
Start.
Hindi rin ako pwedeng mag-play ng music guys kasi minsan pinaputol din nila yung stream dahil doon kasi copyright na naman yan. Base na lang tayo. Malapit na yan. Pasuport na rin ng page natin, yung Peso Gaming, tapos pati yung Asyendera page. Salamat sa mga nag-donate ulit. Malaking tulong yan. Hindi ko naman yan pinipilit kung sino lang yung may gusto. Shoutout kay Lorenzo Gil Tolentino na nag-donate. Mabait kang tao. Pagpalain ka sana nila rin.
In game 4, and it's even better
Game na
here in
guys.
game 6. Now we still have a whole half to
Okay, share.
play.
Like
Guys, if you're coaching the Miami Heat and you just got lambasted, what do you
Sabod
tell your team
na.
at time in terms of mindset coming into this third quarter?
To me, this game is far from over. Give them credit. They played exceptionally well, but we had something to do with it. We have been competitive all year long. If we're going to go down, let's go down fighting and throwing haymakers.
Well, this team knows nothing but fighting. That's the way they've been throughout this bubble. As Duncan Robinson launches a three, that won't go. The biggest comeback in NBA Finals history. The Celtics did it against the Lakers in 2008. That was game 4. As the Celtics were down 24 points in the first half, came back and won that game against the Lakers as we sent it down to Rachel.
Well, Mike, the coaching staff of the Heat tells me they didn't do a lot of yelling at the team at halftime. They really wanted to focus on what they call solution-based discussions. And that had a lot to do with their offense. Too much 1-on-5 out there, they told the players, more sharing the ball. And also, and coaches, you guys both know this, Jeff and Mark, you've been there, telling the guys, take it a play at a time. You don't have to go and make up the entire deficit right in there in the first few minutes. Just go out there and do, he said, what we know how to do, Mike.
Thank you, Rachel. They'll try and overcome the second largest halftime deficit in finals history. The first one was the Memorial Day Massacre back in '85. The Lakers were on the other end of that one as the Celtics crushed them, although the Lakers did win the series.
The coach, if you're Eric Spoelstra, what are you saying to your team at halftime?
Well, again, you can't, this is not the time to pull out some motivational speech. It's not that. Right now, Anthony Davis has dominated the paint. They have nothing in there. They need more skill and shooting on the floor.
Caruso with the
Good
steal.
job,
Caruso
Caruso.
got the start. Doesn't have big numbers. As James strides, gets inside, layup, banks it home, and a foul.
And
Caruso's
one.
had a real impact, Jeff.
Well, Frank Vogel made a difficult decision on, do we start big or go with Davis at the 5? Who to insert if we are going to make that change? He picked right. So many moves are dissected and second guessed. The only thing that works is to be right. He was more than right.
Duncan Robinson trying to get free, gets it to Bam Adebayo.
Palak.
Block, but a foul. Davis called for his
Palak,
third
eh?
personal. He thought he had his third block. Well, if the Heat make the greatest comeback, or one of the greatest comebacks in finals history, there'll be a Game 7 Tuesday. That would be on ABC. Right now, down by 30. With just over 90 seconds gone by here in the third quarter.
Sige, pag bisklita lang mo rin.
Again, 88% shooting from the free throw line in the first 5 games. They're 5 for 13 from the line. Adebayo playing in his third straight after missing those 2. And has had a tough go of it against Anthony Davis. James has had another very efficient game scoring, 6 of 9 from the field after that brilliant Game 5. Caruso on the drive, scoots
Good job,
inside,
good
layup
job.
won't go. Bam Adebayo the rebound.
Oh, so
The Heat have 37 points and we played 26 minutes. Hero not even close. Davis another rebound. James taking his time. 8 on the 24. James goes down a lane, kicks it out. Davis. Davis fakes. Back up top. Danny Green, an open look. That's good.
Good
Danny
job,
Green
Rob.
from downtown. Eric Spoelstra furious. He thought James charged into one of the Heat players after making that pass. The lead is now up to 32 as Crowder can't hit. Adebayo couldn't quite hang on. Ball goes out of bounds.
ang hagod na.
And you see what Anthony Davis is doing defensively. He stays connected. Normally, that's a lob to Bam. He stays connected to Bam, not allowing the lob pass, forcing Hero shoot an air ball floater.
Lubunga
They're taking the fight
40.
away from this Heat team, coach, which is shocking to me. I thought that whether they win or not is not the issue, but I thought there's no way they're going to take the fight away from them.
Yeah, it's when you get hit, as Mike said, with such a haymaker as they call a charge this time down on Caruso.
Siya nga eh.
When you get hit with that haymaker, it's hard. And I just want to see the Heat finish this game up where they can feel not good about the result, obviously, but that they didn't fold.
Well, they've had a number of comebacks as Butler dribbles it out of bounds, a number of comebacks throughout the playoffs, but not anything like this. Not down 32 against a Laker team that is just playing as smothering a defense as you can possibly have. Danny Green tries again. That one misses. Adebayo the rebound. Lakers are shooting 52% from the field, and then just complete miscommunication stopped defensively there as Adebayo able to slam it home.
He's very good at that, where he starts on the dribble handoff, and instead of handing it off, keeps it. And there he got the dunk.
Caldwell Pope, sloppy pass. Davis gets it. Throws it up on the rim trying to get a foul. And a loose ball foul. It's going to go against Caldwell Pope. The Heat have almost as many turnovers as they do field goals. 12 turnovers, 14 field goals. So a reminder, each game, one lucky fan can win beer for a year if either team reaches 95 points. Tweet hashtag UltraBeerBoss and hashtag sweepstakes. Michelob Ultra for a chance to win. Laker fans feeling good right now. A total domination so far here in game 6. Tyler Hero, the floater, in and out. Rebound goes to Danny Green. Hero just 1 for 8 from the field tonight. James drives, James finishes. And the Lakers just keep pouring it on. Butler from mid-range. James another rebound. That's his 10th board.
Butler.
And just keeps pushing the pace.
Rotate.
James has Duncan Robinson on him. Kicks it out. Caruso, corner 3.
Like and share my screen, guys. Salamat.
Ball poked out of bounds.
Salamat sa mga nag-donate. Shout out sa inyo lahat.
He's just too good in transition with gaps like that, the power, the athleticism, the grace, and the skill.
Well, he said before game 4, it was one of the biggest games of his career. He didn't want to see the series go 2-2. They won that one to go up 3-1. This one had to be even bigger than that, with the Heat coming in with an opportunity to tie and force a game 7. As Bam Adebayo knocks down the jumper.
I'm just amazed and continue to be amazed at LeBron James and how great he is as a basketball player. Truly a winner. Where are the people that said that he came to LA to close out his career and put together some TV stuff and career stuff off the floor?
This guy is far from finished.
Adebayo gets inside, throws it up, throws the foul. They have foul. He's not happy at all. We'll take a timeout. 6:38 remaining here in the third. Lakers in complete control.
Mute po natin ang stream para hindi mabutol yung stream na
Mangihi isa si Ox.
shout out sa lahat ng nagpa-shout out yan. Pasensya na kayo, hindi ko kayo may isa-isa at masyado kayong marami. Pero salamat. Pati sa mga nag-donate, salamat lalo na sa inyo, salamat na marami. Limited ko ang stream natin dahil wala pang laro para hindi nila maputol yung stream. Maraming salamat. Sisimula na yan, guys. Welcome. Hindi rin ako pwedeng makapag-play ng music kasi pwede rin maging dahilan ko para maputol yung stream natin. Game na game.
The most all-time, just past Derek Fisher. That's over 3 full regular seasons. 3.2 regular seasons. And tonight is his 55th NBA Finals game. Just staggering numbers.
It's been an unbelievable run, and it's still plenty left in the tank. I said it before, and I'll say it again. When it's over with, he'll be the all-time leading scorer in the history of the game, a top 5 assist man in the history of the game. In my opinion, will have the greatest professional career in the history of basketball.
Jimmy Butler with the foul. James getting a rush right now. Tonight he's got 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. Getting off the bench, he's going to come back in. As we approach the midway point of the third, Danny Green, high off the glass, bounces around and drops through. Danny Green, 8 points. Talking about players trying to win their third championship with 3 different teams. Green's in that category as well. Hoping that comes to fruition tonight. Anthony Davis, another rebound. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be Heat ball. James returns, and Caruso sits down.
You know the awesome thing about being around greatness, Coach? You're well aware of it. You can go along for the ride. Play your role, go along for the ride, and greatness will put you in position to be called the champion, which is not an insult. It's a credit to greatness.
Right. It's just sometimes you're fortunate to be in the right place at the right time. And that's why I think you have to be very careful of diminishing people's careers when they haven't won championships. Because, again, sometimes you're just at the wrong place at the wrong time against the wrong opponent. As a beautiful pass by James to Caldwell Pope, and it was goaltended.
Well, this week's Monday Night Football matchup as the Chargers in New Orleans to take on the Saints. Kickoff on ESPN. Be shortly after 8 Eastern. Coverage begins with Monday Night Countdown at 6.
You think Frank Vogel popped some champagne at halftime?
No.
I think he took a sip. He deserves it. I mean, he made a hard choice. He made the right choice. He took on a very difficult job. He's got such humility as James loses Robinson. But both these coaches really set such a standard of excellence as coaches and the humility in which they go about their business.
They have so much respect for each other. They faced each other in big moments before as Kuzma lays it up and in. That's when Frank Vogel is G. Bus looking forward to celebrating. Vogel was the head coach of Indiana when they went to the conference finals 2 years in a row against LeBron James and the Heat and lost both of those.
Hold on, I got to press rewind. He did not take on a very difficult job. He took on a job to give him a chance to win a championship, and if they finish it off, which it looks likely that they will, he did the job. But coaching LeBron James and coaching greatness, you win in this league with talent. It put him in position.
I don't think those two guys are exceptionally talented. I mean, like you always say, like top 5.
But easy bucket.
It's not like everybody else is overwhelmingly talented on their roster. He has done a magnificent job. He hasn't just done a job. He's done a magnificent job.
That's not the argument. It hasn't been a difficult job to do. He's done a great job. Both things can be true. It's difficult working with you sometimes.
I'm more true.
You look at Jimmy Butler.
Ayan, bale, pagka hindi game, kailangan natin mute para hindi mawala yung stream. Salamat, atay na lang. Atay na lang tayo, guys. Guys, maraming salamat sa mga nag-donate sa atin. Kahit maliit lang o malaki man yan, maraming tulong. Tulong na rin yan. Salamat. Salamat sa inyo. Game na pala,
It
pasensya
has
na.
been a nightmare performance from the Miami Heat. Now 13 turnovers, shooting 33% from the field, missed 8 free throws, just everything has gone wrong. But so much that has to do with is this defensive clinic that the Lakers have put on.
Absolutely. They've been a great defensive team all year. That's where they've hung their hat on. They've hung their hat on LeBron James, Anthony Davis, defense, and then timely performances by others.
And you make a great point because as great as Anthony Davis has been in this ball game,
Rondo.
he can play that same defense. If the 4 other guys are not tied to him, it can be useless.
The lead has ballooned to 36. How about the game Rondo's had? 16 points, 7 of 8 from the field as Crowder puts it up at him. Rondo's even hit a couple of three-pointers. By the way, James now just a couple of assists away from yet another finals triple-double. A routine in many ways. Rondo pass inside, knocked away by Dragic.
But you're right, Rondo has been exceptional in this ball game. People say playoff Rondo. The way he started this game, it was layup Rondo.
Crowder draws the foul on Kuzma. And Jay Crowder will go to the line. Well, these free throws are presented by YouTube TV with 85 plus live channels, personalized recommendations, and unlimited DVR. YouTube TV is TV made yours. Try it free. Jay Crowder to the line. Crowder who's been to the playoffs the last 7 years with 4 different teams. He's one of those players that all coaches, they love to have Jay Crowder types. Plays hard defensively, can shoot the three and just helps teams win. And he's had some good moments during these playoffs. Tonight, Crowder with 11 points and 4 rebounds. It was an excellent pickup for the Heat back in February, that trade. Of course, Andre Iguodala was the headliner in that trade, but Crowder had just as much of an impact. 32-point lead for the Lakers as you come up on 2.5 remaining here in the third. Rajon Rondo, what a bounce-back game he's had. James steps back, three-pointer won't go. Dragic grabs it. Lakers have shot poorly from three-point line, but it certainly doesn't matter with what they've done.
Maraming salamat po sa mga
Floats it up
nag-donate.
and in. Second field goal for
Malaking tulong po yan.
Dragic. You saw them on the
Like
bench.
and share na rin po yung page natin.
Really
Okay,
struggling
sa
tonight.
page.
1 of 8 from the field.
Tsaka po yung Haciendera page sa Facebook. Pakisuportahan. Salamat po.
That should be number 4. For the Heat, their second team foul. Make that the third team foul. Caruso comes in. Caldwell Pope will sit down. Caruso getting that start. His first NBA playoff start. The third-year guard. And he responded with his usual great spirit and defense. Caruso getting that. Back to James. James goes inside, the flush and the foul.
And going back to Caruso, Mike, after that spectacular drive and finish by James, Caruso's an energy giver, not an energy drainer. He's not eye-rolling coaches about starting shots. If he gets taken out, he guards hard, he rebounds hard, he cuts hard, and he's very selfless with the
Tutuloy po natin yung live hanggang awarding nila para sa inyo.
We'll wave that off, a lane violation on Kuzma.
Salamat po ulit sa mga nag-donate, sa mga nagpapa-shoutout sa inyo.
I like when things, you wait to the very end to pull something out. Good. Why not?
About to play the pass, and LeBron James about to win another title. Mama, there goes that man.
Those two have had a terrific connection on the floor all season. James is one of Caruso's biggest fans as Butler goes in. And Jimmy Butler, who has been, to say the least, sensational. 10 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. You wondered after how much he put into that Game 5 victory would he have. And the Lakers quickly shot him down and shot the Heat down in this one. Minute and a half left in the third. James, three-pointer misses, rebound Dragic. Duncan Robinson could not get going either, just 2 of 6 from the field. After that fantastic performance in Game 5, got that three-pointer to go, his third three-pointer, and it's 84-57. 57 points now in 35-plus minutes. This is a Heat team that is a very good offensive team. Rondo again, Rajon Rondo.
4-3.
9 from the field, 19 points off the bench. Rondo kept saying he wanted to be, there was a goal for him as Dragic can't connect. The goal for Rajon Rondo to win a championship for the 2 most storied franchise in NBA history, the Celtics and the Lakers. He's very close now.
He's been huge. He's been absolutely huge in this ballgame.
And coming into the finals, he was shooting the 3-ball so well. Hasn't shot it as well here in the finals, but prior to that, knocked down a lot of open looks. Look at those numbers here off the bench. He has the most assists off the bench in a single playoff season in NBA history since they started charting assists back in 70-71. And remember, he missed the first 5 games of the playoffs. And he's still out there coaching.
Doesn't stop talking, communicates. I'm sure as a teammate or as a coach, sometimes it's irritating. You want to say, shut up. But the guy is a winner, and he is engaged. And he keeps guys, holds guys accountable on the floor.
The only thing I always say, that we talk about accountability a lot, and it's become a buzzword. It's become a cliche, as Caruso tried to, for the exclamation point. Holding others as accountable, if you don't mind being held accountable, and you hold yourself accountable. But accountability, like most things, isn't a one-way street.
What? And the third quarter comes to an end. The Los Angeles Lakers are 12 minutes away from
Tuloy po
another
yung live
championship.
hanggang awarding para sa inyo.
87-58.
Salamat po ng
And
marami
domination
sa mga
here in
nag-donate.
Game 6 as this presentation of the NBA
Tsaka sa mga
Finals will
nagpapashoutout.
continue.
Shoutout
After
sa
this
inyo.
message
Masyado na
and a word from our
kayo
ABC stations.
Antay na lang po tayo. Sa mga nag-donate, maliit man yan o malaki, maraming salamat sa inyo. Nakamute po yung stream natin kasi po hindi po game para po hindi nila mahinto. Pa-like and share na rin po yung Haciendera page sa Facebook. Tsaka po, etong gamit natin Keso Gaming. Maraming salamat. Sa mga nagpapa-shoutout, shoutout sa inyo. Salamat na rin.
Start na! Kaya ka.
Goran Dragic is going to be a free agent this offseason. Beautiful pass to Adebayo. Those two have been doing that all throughout these playoffs. And certainly the Heat sorely missed Dragic during that 4-game stretch, as the lead is cut to 24. Rondo to Morris. Danny Green's pass deflected, knocked out of bounds. And it's still going to be Laker ball, 8 to shoot as Anthony Davis returns.
And we give credit to Caruso, Frank Vogel inserting Caruso in the job he's done all night long. But sometimes I don't want to leave Anthony Davis out. You got to be uncomfortable to be a champion. There's a guy that wanted to play the 5 position for his whole life, or the 4, refused to play the 5. It made this team champion by inserting him as the 5. He was willing to sacrifice, willing to be uncomfortable, and has put on a dominant performance.
Ulitin ko sa lahat po sa mga nag-donate.
Well, they have had
Tuloy-tuloy po yung live
often their
natin hanggang
best moments
awatin
as a
para sa
team
inyo.
when he's out at the 5.
Salamat po.
And as you said, Mark, he's excelled. Second in the NBA in Defensive Player of the Year voting. Antetokounmpo won it. Shot blocked by Adebayo. Nice rejection. And a 24-second violation. Excellent play from Bam Adebayo.
As crazy as it sounds, Coach, there's still a lot of time left in this ball game. If you're the Los Angeles Lakers, don't take your foot off the gas.
No, you're right about that. But there's not a lot of time left.
Did you just give me the hand?
I said stop.
He did. Right through the plexiglass. Dragic gets inside. Layup won't go. Rebound LeBron James. James leading the charge down the other end. Pass finds its way to Rondo. Rajon Rondo, 19 points on 8 of 9 from the field. Gets in the paint. Scoop layup is up. That won't go. Adebayo barrels into Kuzma, and a blocking foul called on Kyle Kuzma. Kuzma picks up his 3rd. And Adebayo will shoot free throws with 9:35 remaining. Adebayo's played 35 minutes tonight, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, only 23 years old. It has been a magnificent year for him. He made his first All-Star team, made All-NBA defense selection, and then coming into the finals, as we mentioned, he was the best player in the Eastern Conference Finals. His Game 6 clinching victory against the Celtics was one of the top performances from the Heat in these playoffs. And then the injury in Game 1 really marred his finals experience. But he's going to be a big-time player for a long, long time.
And sometimes in this league, clearly, we're both familiar with it, you have to go through the process. You have to lose and have frustrated nights in order to develop and understand the adjustments that you have to make individually and collectively.
Danny Green knocks down the 3. It's so good to see. As Green in double figures, 11 points. That's his 3rd three-pointer. Lead back up to 25. Dragic, Butler, and Hero. Hero throws it up and in. James setting it up. He has run the show with precision tonight. Kyle Kuzma tried the dunk. He thought he got hit. So did Frank Vogel as the Heat come the other way. Bam Adebayo, short jumper's good. And Frank Vogel calls timeout. A 36-point lead.
Hit po muna natin, time out.
Cut to 21 with
Thank you
8:37
po mga
remaining.
Sa lahat po sa mga
Anxious
nag-donate,
look on the face of Coach
sa
Vogel.
mga nanonood, salamat din. Pa-like and share po. Pa-like po yung
Little
page natin
handoff, the
mismo,
band
yung
does a good
Best
job of
Gaming.
rolling, the delivery on point,
Support na rin
steps in
po ng
rhythm.
Ascendera page
Lakers calling a timeout. Want to
sa
close this thing
Facebook.
out.
Salamat po. Salamat po sa mga nag-donate sa Gcash. Maraming salamat po. Tulong rin po yan. Tuloy-tuloy po ang live natin hanggang awarding po. Hanggang sa stream po na po kung saan po katapusan na ito. Ayan na, malapit na ang game. Kakaroon na tayo ng sound. Salamat sa inyo. Hanggang awarding yung live natin, guys. Para sa inyo yan. Salamat sa mga nag-donate. Sa mga nanonood, salamat din. Pa-like and share po yung page natin, yung sa page. Tsaka yung page po na Shendera sa Facebook.
That's a championship team before they're a championship team. I just love the way they conduct their business.
Totally agree.
You know, they have been just exceptional here in the postseason. Green shot won't go. Davis on the tip. They opened up their playoffs. They swept the Indiana Pacers, then knocked off the Milwaukee Bucks, the team that had the best record in the NBA in the regular season in 5 games. Hard-fought series against the Suns.
Wait lang guys. Nawala yung stream natin guys. Wait lang. Kuha tayo bagong stream guys. Pasensya na. Ayan na, bumalik na siya. Pasensya na guys, tambak naman na.
He's 12 years as a head coach, but it's his 25th year with the Heat. We talked about began as a
Ayan. Game na yan guys.
started alone in the NBA when he was a little kid. His dad was an NBA executive with Portland, with Denver, with Buffalo, with New Jersey, and then he goes to Miami. For a long time. Coach, you rave about it. It's how organizations should be ran, and you're doing an incredible job. And you go so far as to say, how long do you think Eric Spoelstra is going to be there?
Well, I think, how old is he, Mike? Like 45, 6, something like that? We've been with them 25 years. I think we could easily be with them another 25 years because of their organizational stability. Everybody says, be like the Heat, be like the Spurs, be like the Jazz, and then they do nothing like those teams. You know, there are down times in Miami. They don't blame the coach. They haven't made the playoffs 3 of the last 5 years. He was never in trouble.
And connects with Pat Riley.
Ang oras kasi talaga sila nag-aano.
Open? Oh, where did you get this one?
Saglit lang guys, nag-download ako yung stream natin.
How to open this one? This one.
Sa mga gantong oras kasi talaga sila nag-aano.
He started alone in the NBA when he was a little kid. His dad was an NBA executive with Portland, with Denver, with Buffalo, with New Jersey. And then he goes to Miami and connects with Pat Riley. And that has been a fantastic partnership for a long time. He started alone in the NBA when he was a little kid. His dad was an NBA executive with Portland, with Denver, with Buffalo, with New Jersey. How long do you think that is? And then he goes to Miami and connects with Pat Riley.
And then they do nothing like those teams. You know, there are down times in Miami. They don't blame the coach. They haven't made the playoffs 3 of the last 5 years. He was never in trouble.
This is a 24-second violation. Kyle Kuzma. Last connect. Right inside, Davis turns, comes up short, out of eye with the rebound. As we're approaching the midway point. Good defense for Global. We're talking about heroes. Robbing offensively. Part of that to do with the defense against the Global focus. Been terrific defensively. There's a lot of folks that back up in. Not just defensively, but has many timely shots thrown across in these playoffs. A guy that last year, Laker Nation was frustrated with his play, and at times this year, upset. Defensively, but has many timely shots thrown across in these playoffs. A guy that last year, Laker Nation was frustrated with his play, and at times this year, upset. He actually was booed earlier in the season in LA. A slow start to the year. Had a slow start to the playoffs. The very first playoff game, he was 0 for 9 from the field against Portland. And he has turned in some excellent performances as much as on offense. Earlier in the season in LA. Had a slow start to the year. And a 24-second violation as we pass the midway point. James still out there. 19 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists. His 11th triple-double in the finals.
Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng nag-donate. Malaking tulong po yan. Maliit man o malaki. Maraming salamat po. Hanggang awarding po tayo. Pasensya na, medyo lumabo yung stream kasi nag-dola ko na yung sa kabilang site. Pero mamaya, susubukan natin ulit. Para mas malinaw.
Big numbers in a blowout loss, 25 points and 9 rebounds. This is going to be a painful way for the Heat season to come to an end. And for a franchise with 3 championship teams, this is going to be one of those teams that the fans remember for a long, long time, despite the fact that they fell short of their goal. Caldwell Pope can't connect. Got a buyout push down and get a rebound. And James throws it too far ahead. Davis can't get it. And throws it out of bounds. That's total triple doubles in the playoffs. And as we mentioned, 11 just in the finals alone. Jason Kidd now the assistant coach. Won his title back in 2011 with the Dallas Mavericks. And LeBron James on the verge of his 4th NBA championship with his 3rd different team. Michael Robinson looking for an open teammate. Olynyk's not going to get it off the time and a 24-second violation. You know, the expectations, because we got a timeout, always so high in Los Angeles. After a 6-year drought of even making the playoffs, they're on the verge of a championship.
Try ulit natin ito sa kabila para mas malinaw. Time out naman eh.
Iconic duos, Jerry West, Wilt.
Ayan, mas maganda kasi dito guys, mas malinaw siya. Pero i-mute muna natin sa ngayon kasi hindi pa naman laro. Salamat sa mga nag-donate ha. Maraming salamat sa inyo.
Iconic duos, Jerry West, Wilt.
Ayan, mas maganda kasi dito guys, mas malinaw siya.
But I want to go back to that graphic, and I'm not nitpicking, but when you talk about Laker great duos winning the championship, I think after Shaq and Kobe, you can add Kobe and Pau Gasol.
You're correct. They won titles in 2009, 2010. But this was not an easy championship, even though the expectations were high. With all that went on during the course of the year, starting back in the preseason with that geopolitical fallout in China, then the death of David Stern, the death of Kobe Bryant, the suspension of the season, the pandemic, and then you throw in the basketball part with the West was loaded with the Clippers and the Nuggets and the Rockets. Even the 8-seeded Blazers were picked by some to upset the Lakers in the first round.
Well, if you're talking top to bottom, they are the champions, but they are not the most talented team in the league. But give them credit. They fought adversity, defended at a high level, they embraced their role, and great leadership and the job done by Frank Vogel and the rest of the cast.
They're going to finish the playoffs 16-5. They beat Portland, Houston, and Denver all in 5 games. As LeBron James ready to celebrate, and they'll vanquish Miami here in 6 games as we approach 3 minutes remaining. 2 great stars, excellent coaching. Rob Pelinka who acquired Anthony Davis and several others both before and during the season. It just all came together.
And it's in such an environment where there are no fans as Duncan Robinson misses a three. And it's just such a different way for them to celebrate and to play the game. I think the game has been played at an incredibly high level from start to finish here in the bubble.
Joe, I think you're so right, Jeff. The challenge of this bubble cannot be overstated. As we're under 3 minutes remaining, they are ready to celebrate Los Angeles, and certainly here in the bubble with the Laker people. As Tyler Hero knocks down the three.
Well, Mike, you're right. The challenges of the bubble, not just on the court, but to me, even more so off the court.
And this one has to be so satisfying for LeBron James. He missed the playoffs last year because of the injury during the season. Lakers did not make it. There was talk about other players surpassing him as the best player in basketball. Throws it up and in. Some substitutions ready to come in. And Chris Nunn knocks down the three. And now Frank Vogel calls a timeout. LeBron James will come out of the game. This year he had a new coach, he had a new co-star. The rough and rugged Western Conference, an emotional roller coaster this season. And then LeBron James caps off his 17th year with a triple-double in an NBA championship clincher. 28 points, 14 rebounds, 10 assists. The Lakers 127 away from the title.
When there's work to be done, your most powerful tool is the Home Depot. With breaks down.
But I am the better one. I won't let you forget me. You left me falling and landing inside my grave. I know that you want me dead.
Mas harus guba na. I will fix this one. No? I will use this one. No? Ate oh. Timia. Oh, get the dynamo out and mama. Turn off the lights, Summer.
This team, the Laker team as champion, leaves their huddle and says 1, 2, 3, Mamba. I just hope that this puts a smile on their face. Understanding the impact. Thank you. Bill Markets,
It's going to be a wonderful celebration for the Laker fans. But as you mentioned, the last time they all came together was back in January, and it was in profound sadness with the loss of Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and those 7 others. But tonight, the Laker fans can unite in joy as they celebrate a title. Under a minute remaining. And what a way to close out this championship season. As you see, Davis and James, it's all coming out. You know, one of the great pleasures of this job every year is watching they become little kids again when that title is realized, when it's finally over. All the work, all the sweat, all the practices, all the travel. And in this case, all this time in the bubble ends up with what they all set out for as their number one and only goal.
You know what? Each guy invested. And LeBron is thinking, I promised this guy this. I told him that things would be different. And to finish it off, they all should be extremely proud.
When it puts it up at him, Caruso will bring it up. LeBron James already celebrating. I'm sure they are back in Los Angeles.
Yaya na si Butler.
Let's walk now and knocks down a three-pointer. There's the exclamation point. And the Heat will just bring it up.
Yes!
And the Lakers will win Game 6.
Champion na.
And now, Cook can just dribble it out. And J.R. Smith already shirtless.
Yung paningot si J.R. Smith.
Here in this NBA season, the respect from those two. And that's it. It's over. This historic 2020 NBA championship belongs to the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers conquer the bubble, and banner number 17 will soon hang in the rafters.
He looks AD.
Such an emotional time for these LA Lakers, and also emotional for Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. And as we said, a painful way for a great season to come to an end. Always so inspiring when an individual or a team overachieves or accomplishes the unexpected. But they ran up against a Laker team that defensively just steamrolled them here tonight. So much more ahead in the celebration, the trophy presentation, the naming of the Finals MVP. It's all ahead as the Lakers win the 2020 championship.
See you on TV, sunset shit don't change. Ever since we was, I'm jumping out of bed. Cash for cash, big rings, champagne. My life is like a ball game. Understand I'm in a trap though. That's what we call it Super Bowl. Super Bowl, call it hoes, get in the post. Top flow lifestyle, top, I join post. Malone, I got a play on my phone. You know what I'm on. I don't get it, it's long. My mama calls, see you on TV, so that shit don't change. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they
Joined by the Lakers' Jeannie Buss, and here to present the Larry O'Brien Trophy, Commissioner Adam Silver.
Thank you, Rachel. This season restart was always about something bigger than basketball. It was about resilience and ingenuity, but it was also about racial equality and social justice. Working together, teams and players, we found a way to play through a pandemic, keep everyone safe,
also? It's almost
and put the spotlight on these critically important issues. For that, every team deserves to be celebrated.
Sit down, Nene. I will carry you lagi. What happened to Shomna?
I would like it.
Congratulations to Jeannie Buss, the Buss family, Rob Pelinka, Coach Waldo, the whole Laker organization, and of course this incredible team. This is Larry O'Brien Trophy, and I believe this suitcase are yours.
You guys, come take the trophy.
Jeannie, it has been a decade of ups and downs to get to this moment right here with these guys. What does it mean to you to win it this year of all years with everything that's happened?
Ganoon na, bigko si Jerry Smith, eh?
Silver and all the workers that made it possible for us to finish out this season. I especially would like to thank all the teams that made it to the bubble to make this all possible. Shout out to the Portland Trailblazers, the Houston Rockets, the Denver Nuggets, and the Miami Heat for the honor and privilege of sharing this court with them. On behalf of the Laker organization, Rob Pelinka, thank you. Coach Vogel, the coaching staff, the training staff, all our employees back home in Los Angeles for your tireless work in making this happen. And to you, Lakers team, I am so proud of you both on and off the court. You made Los Angeles proud with your hard work, your professionalism, and your dedication. And you have written your own inspiring chapter.
Oh, thick.
Inspiring chapter in the great Laker history. And to Laker Nation, we have been through a heartbreaking tragedy with the loss of our beloved Kobe Bryant and Gianna. Let this trophy serve as a reminder of when we come together, believe in each other, incredible things can happen. Laker Nation, when it's safe, I look forward to celebrating with you. Until then, I will bring back the trophy to Los Angeles where it belongs.
Mia ba ito? Hi, Mia! Mia, hi! Kita yun.
Greg, when you think about all the questions about this team at the start of this year, how would you describe the journey to get from there to this moment?
Moro na gusto. Kung live stream ba yun na eh.
I'm so damn proud of this team.
First time we're
World champions!
Klaro ay stats pelandaan. Ganaon na kasi Jerry Smith kuha sa trophy eh.
Doa iya.
Wala. Yeah, first time, lipay yung buwag, hilak ko siya.
Tanaw ko na niya ba mo? Seven.
With this whole process, RP, thanks for the opportunity, collaboration. Jeannie and the Russ family, we love you guys. Laker Nation.
Mia!
I love you. You say you weren't the most obvious choice to coach this team, but you were clearly the right coach for this team. Why were you such a perfect fit and voice for these guys?
Just the guy that's going to focus on the work. You know, that's what this group needed. We had the talent. So we're going to focus on the work, how to string together, make sure we all play together. Got it done.
Thank you so much, Coach. Congratulations. Now let's hand things back over to Commissioner Silver to present the 2020 Bill Russell MVP Trophy.
Of course, the finals MVP trophy, as you just said, is named after Bill Russell, who has been with us every year for the finals, but of course couldn't be in the bubble this year. But I know he's watching at home. And I have a feeling that this finals MVP is going to have a trophy named after him one day. The finals MVP is LeBron James.
Woo! Congrats! Sorry. Woo! Sorry.
MVP siya.
Bruno yun. Tasking stats siya.
First time niya na MVP.
Mo?
Hindi ka na sa kuwan.
Kopat mo na.
Sayang shot niya.
Ay, love. Gusto mo ba ito? Bridge siya, 29.9.
Her late great father did it for so many years, and she just, took it on after that. And for me to be a part of such a historical franchise it's an unbelievable feeling. Not only for myself, but for my teammates, for the organization, for the coaches, for the trainers, everybody that's here. We just want our respect. Rob wants his respect. Coach Vogel wants his respect. Our organization wants their respect. Laker Nation wants their respect. I want my damn respect too.
Nabulig siya sa mga tao.
Well, LeBron, I'm going to tell you, 4 finals MVPs, your 4th title with 3 franchises, and in year 17 as well. You got a guy in your ear right now.
Duha diri.
Greatest of all time.
Usa.
You're just a couple months shy of your 36th birthday. Is this the longest prime in the history of professional sports?
I don't know. I'm going to let you guys talk about it. One thing I can do is commit to the game. I put myself, my body, and my mind in position to be available to my teammates. I've never missed a playoff game in my career. And the best thing you can do for your teammates is be available. And for me to be available to my teammates and put in the work, I just hope I make my guys proud. And that's all that matters to me. I make my guys proud, make the family proud, my family proud. I can't wait to get back home to them. Akron, Ohio, we did it again. And, that's what it's all about.
Over there to your left. What can you say about the way you two work together to get this trophy here tonight?
I mean, it's easy. It's easy. I'm setting the pressure before. We have no ego. We want the best from each other every single day, both off the floor, on and off the floor. And I know what it means to have 7 years where you feel like that you can't get over the hump. I had 7 years, my first NXT. I feel like I needed to.
Thank you so much for pushing against all of those things. Congratulations.
By D-Wade and Boston and franchise. So to be able to get him, and we push him and let him know how great he is, just making him see better basketball and better to be a part of something that's special. That's what it's all about. So to be able to put him where he is today, that means
me means even more.
You were very vocal coming in here that you weren't just trying to win a title in this bubble, but you wanted to be a real voice for social change in what has been one of the most turbulent years in American history. When you look back at what the entire NBA Brotherhood did in this bubble, what will you think of?
It's been unbelievable. It's been unbelievable. We didn't know. It was an unknown. But I think Adam, I think everybody from the NBA, the NBPA, putting this thing together, and us using our voices, us using being together. You hear Golden State always use the phrase.
Offensively, during this
Exactly what it was. At the NBA, NBPA, all our players.
I'm Anna.
Thank you so much for pushing against all of those things. Congratulations on that trophy in your hand and your fourth NBA title. Let's bring up Anthony Davis, please. AD, your first NBA Finals, your first title. When you imagined, when you were growing up back on the playgrounds of Chicago.
We all want to see better days. And when we leave here, we got to continue to push that. Continue to push social injustice. Continue to push for voter suppression. Continue to push for police brutality. Continue to push for everything that's the opposite of love. And I think if we could continue to do that, all of us, America will be a much better place, which we all love this country.
LeBron, thank you so much for pushing against all of those things. Congratulations on that trophy in your hand and your fourth NBA title. Let's bring up Anthony Davis, please. AD, your first NBA Finals, your first title. When you imagined, when you were growing up back on the playgrounds of Chicago, this moment, how does the reality stack up with the dream?
You can't even put it into words. To be out here and grind with these guys for a full 12 months, been through a lot of ups and downs, a lot of arguments, a lot of tough moments. And to hear them go off and we NBA champions, it's just a real feeling. I'm just happy with these guys.
You told me for years when you couldn't get into the playoffs sometimes in New Orleans, all you wanted was the chance to test yourself, to be there at the end when the competition was highest. What you were able to do, especially defensively, during this finals, what did you learn about yourself?
You got to compete. It's tough. It's tough on the body. It's a lot of hard work, but these guys push me every day, especially Bron and Doe. They always told me about being great, being better, covering up every mistake. It's my job. And to be able to, win it and grind and see how tough it is and see this feeling and want this feeling again. That's what it's about, to get this feeling and want this feeling again. And like I said, I'm happy with these guys. We've been through a lot, man, to ups and downs, start from the beginning of the season. And
he's trying to give you something over there.
I love these guys, man.
Anthony, you became teammates with Kobe Bryant back in the 2012 Olympics. He was a big brother to you for the rest of your time through New Orleans and then coming to here. I know that you have been thinking of him. You told me before the NBA Finals, I cannot let him down. Anthony, you did not let him down. What does it mean to you to have done that?
Ever since the tragedy, all we want to do is do it for him, and we didn't let him down. It would have been great to do it, last game in his jerseys, but it made us come out even more aggressive, even more powerful on both ends of the floor to make sure we close it out tonight. And I know he's looking down on us, proud of us. I know, Vanessa's proud of us, the organization's proud of us. It means a lot to us. It's a tough moment, man. we did this for him.
Before I let you go, I do want to ask you about your dad, who told you that he would quarantine as long as it took to be here for this moment. And in fact, of course, he did.
He's one of my biggest supporters. I mean, he said quarantine 30 days just to be right here in this moment. He's always texting me before games, telling me to go get it. He's my biggest critic, my biggest supporter. I know he's proud of me. He was with me from the beginning of my career. Waiting for this moment. Both of us waiting for this moment, and it's here. So he ain't crying right now, but I know he's gonna be crying in a minute. He'll cry when he get in the car. So I know he's proud of me. Really pops.
Congratulations to him, to you, to all the families, to all the parents, the spouses, the children that sacrificed, especially this year, to be with you guys in this moment. And congratulations to the 2020 champion, Los Angeles Lakers. They're tearing the house down already. Back up to you, Mike.
Thank you, Rachel. It's just so fun to watch the sheer joy on the faces of the players and the coaches. And a lot of dreams come true. With another championship crown, it'll be their final night in the bubble. It's going to be a long, long night as they'll celebrate well into the morning before heading back to Los Angeles. Much more to come. As the Los Angeles Lakers win their 17th title in franchise history. We'll be back after this timeout.
The Lakers have won it all.
Magluto si Oka. Humok na manok.